Hello everyone, this is Kabraditya, your lovely host. Welcome back to another episode of my new show, Hit or a Miss. In this show, we analyze a movie's box office performance before it has been released and after it has been released. The factors that we take into consideration are the creative factors, the technical filmmaking factors, the financial, the budgeting wise, and finally the marketing and the branding and how it was sold to the audience during the promotion. Today's film, we're going to go over the Kerala story. It is a very controversial story in the movie itself. It has made a lot of money, but is it actually a hit or a miss? Let's get on with the show. So the Kerala story, briefly, of the story is three girls or four girls. Four girls approximately. They get brainwashed. They are Hindu religion girls in the state of Kerala studying nursing or medicine or whatever in university and they live in the dorms, and they get brainwashed by their other Muslim friends that live with them, that they hang out with, and all of that. That's the main crunch of the story, that they get brainwashed into converting from one religion to another, so basically from Hinduism to Islam, and then they also get recruited and they end up joining ISIS in Afghanistan. That's the crux of the story. Very controversial. I'm going to try to be very sensitive about it. I'm going to try to be as neutral as I can and give my honest thoughts and point of view on this. And this is the plot of it. Let's get on with the creative factors first. It's a dull screenplay. It's very boring. There's no audience isn't too invested while watching the film. At least I wasn't invested. There wasn't enough convincing for me to watch it. It's boring. It's edited badly. 2 hours seems so draggy. It's so slow. It's not a well-made film technically. Overall acting is quite poor. The production is very low. It's not, even if it's a low-budget film, it just feels like a cheap film. They could have spent a lot more money and it still would come off as low value. It's more low value than low budget production, if you understand what I mean. You can watch the film and see for yourself and see what I mean. The only acting that saves the film to an extent is the main actress, Ada Sharma. She is okay. She's not excellent. Her accent is terrible in Malayalam, although her accent is a lot better than many other Bollywood actors would have attempted. But still, if they wanted to make a film on Malayalam girls, and lots of the film has subtitles in English when they speak in Malayalam and Hindi. When they speak in Malayalam, they have Hindi subtitles to it, and some of them even English. So instead of having that issue, they could have just made the film with original artists from Kerala who speak that language properly. It wasn't meant to be a Hindi film. So that was one big fail attempt in their filmmaking. So the screenplay, the acting, the music is nothing special. It's forgettable. I don't even know what the background music sounded like. It's very generic. It's very vanilla. It's nothing special. The direction, again, is poor. It's not telling a story. It's deliberately, it seems more like a documentary trying to make it cinematically, but it's boring. It's really dull. I have my sympathies for the people who suffered, if that story is true, but it is not engaging. I don't know how it made money. What went wrong with this film? Sure, it made money. It's made way more than its budget. It's considered a financial hit commercially. But did I enjoy it? No. For me, it's a miss. Complete miss. Technically, creatively, financially, they were succeeded, sure, but I'm not involved in it. Lastly, the way they sold the film. They didn't sell a film that they were telling a story of people. It clearly is an attempt to belittle a community. It's not presenting good versus bad. It's presenting the two religions against each other, which I do not agree with. They should not have done that. That is the biggest drawback of the film. Like, if you watch Kashmir Files, even if you don't like the director or the movie, it's still a much better made film. In the film, you still don't see it as a religion one religion versus the other. It's bad people against the innocents. Because in that, even the non-Hindu suffered, and in that film, you also had other people from various religions, especially as you see in the university in the Kashmir Files, that were against these innocent people. They acted against them. Maybe they physically didn't, but they were involved in other activities that were against this these innocent people's story. So in that movie, even if you don't like it, sure, but at least you see a good versus bad, rather than a community versus a community. That's my opinion. This movie is clearly not even attempting to be neutral. It's clearly just painting one particular community in a negative limelight and one particular community as a victim. It's not these girls' story versus the bad people who are brainwashing everyone, those innocents. And it's not pleasing to watch. Sure, you can have some very bold scenes in the film, but that doesn't make a film. It's still not good acting, it's not good filmmaking, it's not good cinema. In cinema, you have to have as neutral take as possible. For example, the movie Mulk, directed by Anubhav Sinha. It was starring Rishi Kapoor sir and Tapsi Pannu, if I'm not mistaken, and Pratik Babbar. Fantastic film. You cannot take one religion side to the other. You take it as a human side. There's good and there's bad. There's good and there's evil. Like, that's how you see the point of views. And in the movie, when they talk about brainwashing, I'm not convinced how they got brainwashed. The victim mentality that they show, my sympathies if they suffered, but they weren't uneducated girls. They were very well educated people. They were studying something related to medicine, even if it's nursing still. They were quite well educated. They were adults. In the movie at least, it didn't make sense to me on how they could get brainwashed. They willingly accepted everything. They willingly traveled and joined the terrorist group. They were willing to do it themselves. Brainwashing is a lot more complex. It didn't make sense. People who get brainwashed easily are usually, and most likely, are the ones who have very low or no education. Seeing these educated people getting brainwashed, I wasn't convinced. That at least how it was showed in the film, which is why it was the biggest drawback in the movie. And there's this one case that reminded me of a similar case in UK. There was this Bangladeshi immigrant, British citizen, a teenager named Shamaima Begum. Her and a couple of other girls willingly joined ISIS and went to Syria. And now she wanted to go back to UK. Her citizenship was revoked, but she was protesting against it when she came back. She said she made a mistake and she wanted to be back. But what the people in the government of UK did was instead said that you were willing to go as join them. You were in full senses. You weren't drugged. You weren't pointed a gun on your head. You willingly stepped your foot into the plane to fly to that terrorist group. So what the British government did is they revoked the citizenship of her. They didn't allow her to come back to UK. She's banned from entering. And instead they said because of national security, she can never enter the country back again. So did they have sympathies for her? Yeah, they still made sure that she was safe, but they didn't allow her to come back to UK. That's what I'm saying. In this movie, it just shows one perspective of the story where they were brainwashed, but we cannot see. I wasn't convinced how they were brainwashed. How can you be so naive? And the film portrays it as if it just happens. Oh, everyone is so innocent and naive that you speak a little few words and bam. And where a very well educated girl is willing to join a terrorist group. How? How true is this? That's my opinion. That's my thought. How true can this be? Is there more involved that wasn't shown in the film? Because this film was not convincing in telling their story. It clearly seemed like a very politically motivated movie, which is why it seemed like a documentary and a low production value, low budget and all of that. Not low budget, but low production value, bad acting, documentary style, an attempt to make cinema, but it failed. It didn't tell a story. And to be honest, they should have shown perspectives of people from that community, from the Muslim community itself, who were against this. Why didn't they show that? I'm pretty sure There are so many people who would be against this, regardless of any religion. Why don't we show that point of view? Why don't we show in terms of good versus bad rather than one community versus the other? It's just dividing people of India more. It's not storytelling, it's not cinema, it's bias, it's politically motivated. I'm trying to be as sensitive and as careful as I can, but these are my honest thoughts. I have sympathies for the people who suffered, the parents suffered, the family suffered, whose girls went away. Some girls passed away, some girls committed suicide. I'm full sympathy for them. I'm talking purely on the basis of this movie. They did not, even if the stories are true, they were not represented well or convincingly or accurately. It's a very poor attempt at telling that story. So this is my honest take on the film, The Kerala Story. If you want to watch it, go ahead. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And if you do have more suggestions or you have more thoughts to share with me, please do put it in the comment section down below. I would love to have a discussion over here. Please keep it very sensitive. Do not use abusive language. Do not go against one community and the other. Please talk as a discussion. We're not arguing over here. We're discussing. Maybe there's a perspective in the movie I didn't see. Maybe I missed something and you can point that out. But overall, the movie is very poor and boring and dull and not watchable and a lame attempt at telling a story. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these and my fashion videos and dance covers and short films as well. And also smash that bell icon as hard as you can so you can instantly get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you everyone. Cheers guys. Keep watching films. Ciao. Bye bye.